Today I would like to discuss about the endocrine system. The living body possesses a remarkable communication system to coordinate its biological functions. This is achieved by two distinctly organized functional systems. They are nervous system and endocrine system. These two systems together called as integrative system. The nervous system coordinates the body functions through the transmission of electrochemical impulses called nerve impulses, whereas the endocrine system shows its activities by secreting some chemical messengers called hormones. The term hormone means to excite or to stimulate. The term hormone was coined by scientists Bayliss and Starling. These hormones may be chemically proteins or they may be steroids. The special type of tissues or glands present in the body, they are called ductless glands because they doesn't have any vessels or tubes for the transportation of the secretions. That's why they are called ductless glands. So there are various endocrine glands in the body. So these are located at various regions in the body. So the pituitary gland, it is located just below the hypothalamus of the brain, and pineal gland, it is present above the epithalamus. It is located above the epithalamus, and adrenal gland, it is located above the kidneys, and thyroid gland, it is present on either side of the neck region, and gonads, so the testes are called as male gonads. They are extra abdominal, they are present outside the body, whereas the female gonads are called ovaries. They are present in the abdomen, and the pancreas, it is located below the stomach. So these are the various types of endocrine glands present in the body. Let us see this hypothalamus. This hypothalamus, it is located below the cerebrum part. This hypothalamus acts as the thermoregulating center. The hypothalamus secretes certain releasing hormones. This releasing hormone stimulates the pituitary gland, which is located below the hypothalamus. Let us discuss about this pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland is located below the hypothalamus of the brain. The pituitary gland is considered as the master gland because this pituitary gland controls the secretions of other endocrine hormones. That's why it is considered as master gland. So it is a small pea-sized gland. Its weight is approximately 6 grams. The pituitary gland is majorly divided into two lobes. So there is anterior lobe and the posterior lobe. The anterior lobe of the pituitary, it is called as adenohypophysis, and the posterior lobe, it is called as neurohypophysis. So this actually the anterior lobe of the pituitary, that is adenohypophysis, is considered as the master gland of the endocrine system because this adenohypophysis secretes most of the endocrine hormones. Let us discuss about the hormones released from the adenohypophysis, that is anterior lobe of the pituitary. There are various hormones released from the adenohypophysis. They are growth hormone, a GH, or it is also called as somatotropin, TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, or it is also called as TTH, thyrotrophic hormone, prolactin, it is also called as lactogenic hormone, or it is also called as mammotropin. ACTH, that is adrenocorticotrophic hormone, and gonadotropins. These gonadotropins may be FSH and LH, that is follicle stimulating hormone. And LH, luteinizing hormone. The growth hormone, so the name itself indicating that the growth hormone involves in the growth and metabolism of the body organs. So the over secretion of growth hormone, causes gigantism in children, whereas acromegaly in adults. So the over secretion or hyper secretion of growth hormone causes gigantism in children, whereas acromegaly in adults. The under secretion of growth hormone or less production of growth hormone causes dwarfism. That means stunted growth occurs. So these dwarfs may be of two types. They are Lorian type and a frolic type of dwarfs. So in the Lorian type of dwarfs, only physical retardation occurs, but mentally they are strong. Whereas in frolic type of dwarfs, so both mental retardation as well as physical retardation occurs. And I see TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. This thyroid stimulating hormone stimulates the thyroid gland, thereby the thyroid gland can release the thyroxine hormone. And prolactin hormone, it is also called as lactogenic hormone or mammotropin. So this lactogenic hormone or prolactin initiates the mammary glands. It is useful for continuous secretion of milk in the mammary glands of the mother. And ACTH, adrenocorticotrophic hormone, it stimulates the adrenal cortex, thereby the adrenal cortex can release the corticoid hormones. And gonadotropins, There are two types of gonadotropins, FSH and LH. The FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, it is useful for spermatogenesis in males and it is useful for maturation of Graafian follicles in the females. Whereas luteinizing hormone, it maintains the secondary sexual characters in both males and females, and the luteinizing hormone, it is also called as ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Interstitial cell stimulating hormone, it stimulates the interstitial cells of the testes, thereby the interstitial cells or Leydig cells can secrete the testosterone hormone. Let us discuss about the various hormones released from the posterior lobe of the pituitary. From the posterior lobe, two hormones are released. They are oxytocin, or it is also called as pitocin, and vasopressin. This vasopressin is also called as ADH hormone. The oxytocin hormone is released only in the higher mammals, that is in the eutherian mammals. The oxytocin hormone is useful for contraction of uterus muscles during parturition. It is also useful for loosening of pelvic ligaments during delivery. And the vasopressin hormone, it is useful for reabsorption of water in the uriniferous tubules or nephrons of the kidneys. Suppose vasopressin hormone is under-secreted, or if it is not produced properly, the reabsorption of water will not occur properly in the kidneys, thereby it leads to a condition called polyuria, and this condition is called as diabetes insipidus. So the symptoms of this diabetes insipidus are polyuria, diuria and polydipsia. So the vasopressin hormone is useful for proper reabsorption of water in the uriniferous tubules or nephrons of the kidneys. Suppose vasopressin hormone is deficient, it leads to a condition called diabetes insipidus. So the symptoms of this diabetes insipidus are polyuria, that is excess formation of urine, and diuria, excess excretion of urine, and polydipsia, continuous thirst. Let us discuss about this thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located on either side of the neck region, just below the larynx. The thyroid gland requires iodine element for its proper growth and functioning. Suppose if iodine element is deficient, it leads to enlargement of this thyroid gland. So this condition is called as a simple goiter. So the deficiency of or inadequate amount of iodine leads to enlargement of thyroid gland. This condition is called simple goiter. And the thyroid gland, the thyroid gland secretes a hormone called thyroxine. This thyroxine hormone, it regulates the BMR. BMR means basal metabolic rate, It also controls the temperature of the body.